Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back for some more Dominion 6. Last time we did E.A. Baguaginini, the Porcupine Men, with giant porcupines, and it was rough. It was rougher than I thought it would be. I think there's a lot of little changes with that nation that could be made to make it far more viable. Like, honestly, if giant porcupines had like 13 natural protection instead of 8, and then you could hard skin it up to 18, like, that would be pretty significant. Or if they had 60 health, or so, like, just a lot. Anyways, let's move on. Roll up another one, see what we get. 8. That's a vanilla one. That is Eriu, last of the Tua. M.A. Eriu? Really? Have we not done that? I have it unchecked, so I guess I've never done M.A. Eriu. So, yeah, we're going to do it. With full dominions enhanced, of course. I don't expect this to be a particularly difficult game. We got solid infantry, we got dominions enhanced, divinitus. I mean, what can go wrong? Honestly, maybe if I had played Baguaginini with divinitus, to have like one of the pretenders with animal buffs for our mooses, that might have been pretty solid. $269. M.A. Eriu. Probably not how it's pronounced, right? Let's see if I can't find it. Era. Uglish?
A place where it said the goddess Eriu comes from.
Well, he's saying Eru, so I don't know.
This one. And they settled on this little island here, which they named Ada after the goddess Eriu.
He's not even sure if he said it right. Era? I don't know. I guess Eru.
Eriu.
I don't know. Eru. Let's just go with Eru. When men came to the land of Tua and the Furbolg, there was a drawn-out battle which ended with the defeat and total withdrawal of the Tua. The land of the ever-young was forever lost to this world, and Avalon was taken by the witches of Man. The She, descendants of the Tua, retreated into strange twilight realms with entrances hidden in ancient mounds. The land of the Furbolg was split by the invading forces, Man and their witches, and the Milesians. The Milesians named their land Eru. Most of the Eriu population is composed of humans of Milesian ancestry, but a few Furbolg still survive in remote villages. With the coming of the new god, the Din Shi have re-emerged from their magical mounds to lead the Milesians. Eriu is now a nation of humans and Furbolg led by the awakening Shi. Milesian humans and Furbolg ruled by Shi and Tua, illusions. We get Milesian infantry, Furbolg infantry, sacred Shi infantry. Glamour, air, nature, water, earth magic with some fire. Average priests, luck +1. Standard forts in our temples cost only 300. Milesian scouts got stealth 50. Blah, blah, blah. Milesian champion, 75 leadership. Milesian monk, level 1 holy. All standard stuff. We get bards with 1 glamour. Spy, reduce unrest 5. Spell singer. Milesian mages. One air, one earth. Fire, air, earth, nature. It's a... I mean, half of these guys will have 2 air, 2 earth. There's some, you know, it's not bad. Dominion's enhanced and all that. She champion, get nature 1, glamour 1, holy 1, 100 leadership, stealth 65, glamour, iron vulnerability, spell singer. It's a good commander. Banshee. Banshee? Or is that Banshee? Is that how it's spelled? Yeah, it's a Banshee, right. 1 water, 1 nature, 1 glamour. Air, water, earth, nature, glamour. They're also sacred. They're glamored, spell singers. This is probably going to be our mage of choice. A lot of possibilities there. She lords, 100 leadership with nature 1, glamour 2, holy 2. Yeah. It's not bad. Purple clan chief. 75 leadership, stealth 40, berserker +3, causes unrest, chaos recruitment 5. Furbolg druid, which is cap, as well as highland and mountain forts. Air 1, water, earth, nature, glamour. You know, it's 9 research for 105 gold. It's pretty cheap. And Tua, cap only. 150 leadership, 630 gold, 4 recruitment points, 2 nature, 3 glamour, 2 holy, air, water, earth, nature, glamour, 10% for another one. Yeah, I mean, if we want to cast Wailing Winds, this is our mage of choice. So perhaps down the line we'll just recruit enough to get the 20% chance of getting air. Units, we got Milesian slingers. Pretty basic slingers, very cheap. They do have some armor and leather caps, which is nice. Range 30 slings, 8 precision, 11 blunt. Problem is we don't get access to too much fire. So, Milesian spearmen. Standard light infantry. 8 protection on the body, 13 defense with a shield, 11 MR, 10 morale, 11 speed, 10 attack on the spear for 13 damage. It's very standard stuff. The long spear drops down to 11 defense with the shield, but gets a long spear, 4 length, 10 attack, 13 damage. Is that better? Well, I mean, a long spear is better, yes, but losing the 2 defense to compensate, hard to say. Oh, I guess they do have better protection. They have 10 instead of 8. Yeah, it's probably better. Milesian swordsmen get bumped up to 12 protection on the body, have the 13 defense with the shield, but they have a length 1 broadsword, 11 attack, 16 slashing. You know, pick your poison, I suppose. Furbolg militia. Yeah, I mean, they cause unrest, they have chaos recruitment, 9 protection on the body, no helmets, 9 defense, no shields, length 4 long spear, 10 attack, 14 piercing. Yeah. Furbolg slinger. Cap as well as highland and mountain forts. I mean, yeah, they do have 2 more precision, 1 more damage. They don't have any helmets, but they do have 3 more hit points. They cause unrest, though, which is really annoying. They also cost twice as much gold. 3 times as much recruitment points. But they have Chaos Recruitment 1. It's just... I don't know. Furbolg Clan Warrior. Sort of a similar light infantry option for Turmoil. 13 hit points, 9 protection on the body, 0 on the head, 15 defense with a shield is pretty strong, 13 MR, 11 morale, 11 speed. They have javelins, which is nice, and spear with 12 attack, 14 damage. Honestly, it's a solid option. It's just they cause unrest, which is a little annoying. Milesian Man-at-Arms. our standard heavy infantry. 11 hit points, 15 protection, 14 defense with a kite shield. Parry 6. Very strong. 11 MR, 12 morale, 8 speed, 12 attack on the broadsword for 16 slashing. They have bodyguard 4. Yeah, it's a solid heavy infantry. Firbolg Clan Warrior. 9 protection, no helmets, 13 hit points, 14 defense with a regular shield. They do have Berserker +1. Mostly helps with, like, routing purposes. But that does bump this up to 13 attack on the axe and 19 damage, which is pretty nasty. They're also stealthy, so if you want to do some elfing, that's a good option. Firbolg Cattle Raider. 15 hit points, 12 protection on the body, 12 defense, no shield, 13 MR, 13 morale. They have Berserker +2, so you're probably looking at 13 or 14 protection on the body, 10 defense. And that will bump this up to a length 2, 16 attack, 25 or 26 damage battle axe. That's pretty nasty. Like, if you want a flanker option, this is really quite strong. Especially if you can get, like, bark skin on him or something. Firbolg Charioteer. Mobile Archer Chariot. Rider only has 9 protection, no helmets, but 18 defense with a shield. It's got a Javelin. Mobile Archer Bronze Sword. The Chariot has 11 protection, 20 hit points. Size 6 Trampler. For the price and everything, honestly, it's not bad, especially for early expansion. And lastly, but not least, the Din Chi. Cap only Sacred. 13 hit points. 9 protection on the body, 15 on the head. 15 defense with a parry 4 shield. 14 MR, 12 morale, 11 speed. Stealth 65, Glamored, which is the big thing. Iron vulnerability 1, so they'll take 1 extra damage from any iron melee weapon. Dark Vision 50. They have Bronze Spears, 13 attack, 15 piercing, and Javelins. Range 12, 10 precision, 14 piercing. Yeah, I mean, they're good. Glamour is very big. They have a very solid base to work off of. They have spears and they get javelins. So flaming weapons is pretty awesome here. Their biggest thing probably is going to be protection value. I would say they want Stygian flesh quite a bit. Other things that we get dire boars, which are size 6 tramplers with pierce resist. Not bad. Barghest, which are a death summon sacred hound. 28 hit points, 6 protection with a venomous bite. We get Kushis, which is a glamour summon hound. Pretty similar in a lot of ways. Stygian flesh doesn't help either of them, really. Unicorns, sort of like a cavalry sacred. Pretty nasty. Flaming weapons helps all these things. Fianna, an alternative sacred infantry. 22 hit points. 16 protection, 16 defense with a shield, 13 MR, 12 morale, broadsword, 15 attack, 21 damage, and the javelin. Yeah, flaming weapon is going to be awesome. Red caps. Armor piercing bite attack and a length force pike. Population killer 10, cause unrest. Ishis are really good. Parry 5 shields with 17 defense and golden swords and glamored, but they're not sacred. Some other various options. Alright, let's look at spells. So yeah, the Black Dogs. These are not Barghest. These are not sacred, but you get 20 of them for 5 death gems. Bramble Spirits, 5 of them for 4 nature gems. Red Caps, 5 of them for 2 glamour gems. But you're probably going to want to save all this stuff for sacreds. Kushis, you get 10 sacred hounds for 5 glamour gems. It's a really awesome, efficient spell. Depending on your bless. Pretty crazy. Various commander. Barghest, you get 14 of them for 7 death gems. Again, a 2-to-1 ratio. Just a lot harder to get death gems on this nation than nature. 5 Ishis for 5 glamour gems. Whether or not, you know, like if you go with Stygian Flesh, then, you know, Kushis might not be as good. It depends on your bless, on whether or not you want Kushis or maybe Ishis. These aren't sacred, so if your bless is not as good or not as impactful, these are really solid infantry that don't depend on that. Dire Boars, you get 7+1 for 11 nature gems. Again, like, it's pretty solid. That's a lot of size 6 tramplers. Especially if you have, like, Mother Oak going or something. Like, hell yeah. Robin Redcap. Various things. Samhain Global Enchantment. Gales fluctuate throughout the world and may cause unrest. Worldwide conjuration enchantment spells are discounted by 20%. We get 1d6 glamour gems per month. Ishi spawn in friendly provinces. 5% chance per candle or 10% per candle at a dolmen. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. You can get the Morrigan Sisters, which are pretenders, essentially. The Horned one, it's basically a pretender. Alteration, we have nothing. Evocation, nothing. Construction, we can erect a dolmen. Which is nice for that global enchantment. We can take a look at the dolmen real quick. So it's an immobile innate spellcaster. It's got air 1, earth 1, glamour 1. It's sacred. Flash Pierce resists, never heals, but it's a magic being. So if you have a lab there, which you would, to summon it. Blind Spirit Sight, Cause Unrest 5, Master Ritualist 1, Dominion Monster Summoner, and can summon allies. Which I imagine is all Ishis. Yeah, which is pretty good. It also comes with 1d6 Ishi Riders. Has 120 hit points and 25 protection. It's a pretty bomb-ass sort of like defender unit. And lets you just get a lot of Ishis out of it. And so that's 20 Earth Gems. Yeah, not bad. Magic items. We get the Shillelagh, which gives her a Sprite Retinue and Luck. If we had an Assassin, this would be a pretty solid option. We get a discount on the Gossamer Cloth, which is useless in single player. Pipes of Doom. Two-handed weapon gives Panic as a spell, Fear +10, and Spell Singer. Ulian Pipes gives Firm of Courage, Inspiration +2, Spell Singer. I don't think we have many mage options that aren't Spell Singers, though. But I guess if you summon something. And we get a discount on the Singing Sword. Pretty good. Enchantment, we get Reanimation and Raise Skeleton at level 1. Animate Skeleton at level 3. Raise Nemedian Dead, you get 8+ Long Dead Nemedians for 8 death gems. Paths of the Tua, which is a forest to forest teleport. Army teleport. Kind of useless on this map, but not necessarily. Song of Great Fortune combat spell. This gives luck to 5+1 area effect for 80 fatigue. But considering, like, our big commanders have 3 glamour, you're talking about 7 area effect for like 27 fatigue or whatever it is. That's pretty good. It has no range though, which is a little tricky, but still pretty good. Host of skeletons instead of horde of skeletons. And call the Fianna. You get 10 Fiannas for 15 glamour gems. Those very nice sacred infantry. Hidden in Peat. You get Peat Bog Mummy Commander, 40 picked warriors, and a preserved Pictish chieftain for 60 death gems. Okay. Thaumaturgy, we get Gias. Fine. That's it. Blood magic. Nothing. Divine. Nothing. Okay. So we have no glamour communions or anything like that. Alright, well, I mean, it's pretty simple, I would say. Obviously, our sacreds are going to be very impactful. And we could accompany those with, like, Firbolg clan warriors. Or just go for Milesian man-at-arms. They're a bit slower, so we have to stagger them, but it's not bad. Otherwise, if we want a ranged option to go alongside these guys... Yeah, the slingers are fine. They'll get kills. They're cheap. I mean, they'll die, but they're cheap. Getting flaming arrows on them is probably not going to be too viable. We can get poison on them, though. Which isn't bad, so we may want to throw poison resistance on these guys, but that's easier said than done. So, a full working man bless is not a bad option here, except for the one thing that we'd really like to get is flaming weapons. So, we're looking at flaming weapons. They do want some protection adjustment. Honestly, I hate to say it, but the Idol of the Sun is pretty solid. Because I would give Awe 3 to all our Sacreds. But it's such a, like, a common pick for us, you know, because it's just kind of unbalanced. Hard to say, man. We don't have many fire options. That's the bummer. Like, it kind of is the best pick for that, unless I go with the Tiwas of War, which is fine. I mean, he's capable. Yeah, it's a bit lame, but it is probably the best bet. As for scales, these guys cost 12 resources. The slingers cost none. Honestly, we could take, like, Sloth, too, if we're not going to build man-at-arms. And either order 1 or 2. Yeah, maybe 1. Allows us to go pretty hard on, like, Dominion and the Bless. So for flaming weapons, we need Fire 5 now. They reduced it, that's right. Unbearable Splendor we could get. Anyone trying to strike them must pass a MR check or be permanently blinded. Yes, it is as good as it sounds. Very pricey, though. Twist Fate would actually be pretty good. What did I say for nature? Earth? Nature? What did I say? Oh, poison resist. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's not as much as I'd like, to be honest. I'm not going to go in prison, though. It's just too long in a game like this. Although, granted, well, no, because we get Awe 3 when he awakes. It's so impactful. And waiting 3 years. It's possible I could hold out. We use chariots to expand. We hold the bridge as long as we can. And then eventually our sacreds are godly. But, oh man. It's tough. We could take Death 1. I hate to take Misfortune 1. But I mean, we could sacrifice Scales pretty hard here. Shit. Shit. Can I win 1v1 with Imprison? Well, let's pretend we did. Let's say we did that. Get like one more bless point out of it. You know. I mean, I guess our scales aren't as bad, but... Okay, we could get 4 attack. And... it's really a rough trade-off. 3 years. Well, they'll still have +4 attack, which is pretty significant. They're still going to be damn good sacreds. I'm going to live to regret this. Or not live to regret this. We'll see. So, for mages, we're going to just do Banshees. And let's just expand with Chariots for now. For research, we want to get summons going. But I think we want to get Mother Oak online as like fast as possible. Even though like we don't have like an amazing nature summon. We get Dire Boars, and honestly, that is pretty solid. So, if we do Alteration 5, Conjuration 5, we might be cooking. We're up against Abyssia. Yeah. Yeah. That means my Firestorm strategy is going to be questionable, but he can do Foul Vapors too. Yeah, not surprising. Chariots need quite a lot of numbers to work. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Still don't quite trust that, but I'll take this. Diarrhea. Okay. Just down to the chariots now. I mean, I never said it's great. I just said it's decent for expansion. Great. I'm gonna bump into his massive doom stack and get wiped out. This'll be fun. Yep. Alright, not too bad. He didn't send in the whole thing. Well, might as well try, although it never works. Yeah. That's hefty. And we're fucked. Because we just lost $1,000, we lost our army, and now he's there. I could I could put PD, but he just runs over it, man. He's nuts. It's Abyssio we're talking about. Ah, shit. Yeah, we can't get Mother Oak online until we get our god. So yeah, that's where we're at. This is why we like Awake Expanders when doing 1v1. Yep. Fucking heavy cab mercenaries, man. What can you say about it? Like 4 damage to one of them. All those slings. It's already got palisades up everywhere. Ah, fuck. Yeah, we probably should make some man-at-arms. Fuck me, man. This is game over. Yeah. We picked Imprisoned in, like, the worst imprisoned sort of scenario against Abyssio, who has 0 problems expanding. Ever. This is a lost cause. I'm sorry. I'm not saying Imprisoned can't work, but not against Abyssio. Not like that. It's just not happening. So we also probably would be better off just getting Sloth 3 with this strategy. So instead of taking him, we could take the Horned One, who blesses all friendly animals present at the start of battle, but that doesn't really help us much, except for... Well, I assume he blesses them if they're not sacred, right? So it only really helps, like, the dire boars. Other sloth options. The Ram's-Headed Serpent, which gives us poison resist 15 once he awakens, which is pretty nice. Each month he may create a Hydra skin armor. He's got Earth 1, Nature 2. He's got built-in regen, Animal Law 3, Healer 1, Beastmaster plus 3. Comes with 2d6 boars, 2d6 Sacred Stags every battle. It's a solid option. It's not particularly exciting or anything, but solid. The Earth Serpent, of course, which is obscenely good. We just played as the Earth Serpent, but you know. The Dracolich. I mean, it's a good option. He's got poor amphibians, so he can go in the water right away. He's got Fear 15, Pierce Resist, Invulnerable 20, Full Resist 15, Poison 25. He's got 6-month Immortality, which is a little long, but does save you some trouble. Various attacks. I mean, it's a solid thing. And then obviously any of the other dragons, which get a treasure hoard. So we gain 500 starting gold. And the gold that we have in our treasury triggers good events. So if we have 1,000 plus gold, we spawn drakes. 2,500 gold, spawn magical gems and item. And while he's in our capital, he'll attract adventurers. Adventurer assassins may attack him. 250 gold can spawn items. 1,500 gold can gain adventurer commander. 2,000 gold spawns gold and gems. Also, new magic paths cost 20. But remember, he doesn't get full paths except for water? Blue dragons? Other than water? I assume he's air. Yeah, I don't know, that text needed to be changed. Right. So we could pick a dragon and go with that. I guess I would lean towards maybe the Ram's-Headed Serpent, because the poison resist for free is kind of nice. Biggest problem with this is it doesn't hit... we don't get fire. So if we wanted flaming weapons... I'd say we probably would lean more towards, like, the Fire Dragon. Which allows us to get flaming weapons... and big fire and, you know, big attack, and then he can also get new shit for pretty easy. So say Sloth 3, something like that. I could go Dormant. I'm not opposed to that. We're gonna want kind of big fire. I do think Twist Fate was kind of a good idea. But taking Astral on him is meh. We could go Nature then if we want Poison Resist. And... probably Water for Moss Body, Foul Vapors, or... I mean, we get Mother Oak, blah, blah, blah. Maybe something like... that. 26 points. Yeesh. I'd be willing to take maybe... we always take Misfortune 1. Just not gonna work out, man. You get one more bless point, that's it. Well, we could take a different path, I suppose. Like air or glamour. Yeah. Okay. 17 bless points on a dragon is pretty good. So, flaming weapons. Poison resist 1, probably. I think that's fine. And then attack, attack, attack. We could go bark skin, but again, it doesn't help a lot of the hounds and stuff like that. But it does help our guys quite a bit. had we gone Glamour 5, we actually could have gotten Awe. Can't really do that, though. Yeah. Could get Blur, though, which is essentially +2 defense and heroism. Yeah, it's not bad. Going all in on Sloth. I wouldn't have thought we were going to do that, but yeah, it turns out our sacreds do not require many resources. Alright, this way we get a dragon at the end of the first year to help out. I'm iffy on expanding with chariots compared to just building up a sacred collection. So let's just do that. Oh yeah, we start with extra gold. We get niceties for having gold. So in this case, then, we're going to want to go for the standard selection of stuff. Although, probably Alteration 5. Or Body of Flames, baby! That's why I didn't really want to go Astral. Okay. Slingers are just getting routed every time. We're up against M.A. Ermore. Should have taken solar weapons. It's alright. Damn heavy cav. Yeah, I didn't even kill that many, to be honest. Yeah, I probably should have them target archers. That's why they're routing every time. Trying to build up some money so we can benefit from our horde shit. Ouch. That wasn't pleasant. Sancton the Fianna appeared at our gates. 150-liter ship with enchanted armor and an enchanted shield with 23 defense. Barry 7. Hero's Blade. What a badass. Okay. Yes. Fine. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. That's exactly what I was worried about. Fuck. 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 Our god has arrived. So in dragon form, he's got 7 fire, 1 water, 1 earth, 3 nature. Honestly, that's pretty good. That's basically everything we need. So you're going to cast on yourself. Oh, so much shit. Personal regen. Shroud of Splendor. Moss Body. Personal Iron Skin. That's good for now. Temper Flesh will be the other thing. So many good spells. .25 protection with Moss Body. Once he gets Temper Flesh, we should have it now. Yeah, yeah, okay. Popping Moss Body, really easy. Yeah, we're doing well. Still hasn't taken Nace. But of course he can get in the water pretty easily, so we probably are gonna want to have our dragon control that shit. Now with the full might of our sacreds, flaming javelins. Yep. A peasant's goose has laid several eggs of gold. Unfortunately, it was killed in an ensuing conflict of ownership. That'll happen. Hey, Ermor, you want to be buddies? Boom. Now, Aw's probably not going to be that good against Ermor. Which is a good thing we didn't go for that strat. He lost against Nace again. With Elephant Riders. Jesus. What a jabroni. Alright, we got a free Fire Drake. Well, I guess I'll take Nace from him. Why wouldn't I? Ermor accepted. Amazing. And he didn't even declare war this turn either. Yeah. Two more Fire Drakes. Okay. So... we're gonna hold here. You're gonna start building a palisade. You're gonna start building a temple. You're gonna go back home to start taking everything in the water. And we're gonna start building temples everywhere. Also, you're gonna go back home to cast Mother Oak. Yeah, I got no water gems. Okay. Alright, he's declared war. That's obvious. Change shape. Cast. Mother Oak. Oh, we don't have quite enough. Yeah, fuck it. Just get it going. It'll pay for itself. Alright. We do have a lot of money. We're trying to hold as much as we can. Thankfully, our temples only cost 300. Trying to hold as much as we can because we get benefits. Body of Flames, baby. Yes. Body of Flames, then Moss Body, then Temper Flesh, Iron Skin. Okay. Could you make anything that matters? Nah, not really. A crown of lead, maybe. Not really. Research. Well, is there anything else you can cast that would be good? Meh. No, but we can start summoning that. We can also start... No, okay. Soon. Alright, that's fine. We can't do that yet. Okay, so he is right there. We will have the dragon fuck his shit up. PD will cover everything else. Yeah. Assassination attempts on Sarpedon. Fucking almost killed me. Actually, I would have changed into a dragon automatically. But still. The principle of the matter. Alright, PD. Let's go 41 here. We gotta cover every angle with like 31 at least. You now are going to go into the water. Good. Now you can cast at the end of the rainbow and start searching. And you can cast... Voice of Apsu for more water stuff. And then the only other thing is death. Death is really tricky here. I don't know why we have death summons, considering we have, like, no death mage of any kind. So it's sort of just out of the realm unless you have a pretender. So yeah, those are the two things we care about. But mostly we care about glamour and nature, and we got those. So I think it's fine. His preliminary force. No problems there. That's right, we can't cast Body of Flames underwater. Still, it's fine. Didn't find any. Right, so yeah, sometimes your fire drakes will then get empowered and become commanders with some magic. Fucker built a palisade in Ophaleth. Alright, that's annoying. But he's got fire 3? Jesus. Pretty intense, man. I'm gonna have you go around and site search. We also have a lot of units here. So let's get a commander or two. And we do want some PD here, which unfortunately dips into my horde quite a bit. Found a frozen fountain and the gate of deeper slumber. No problems there. Oh, he's got a big old army, doesn't he? Admittedly, a little tricky for me because I can't have Body of Flames, can't use Dragonfire, and Fear Aura is useless against them. So I'm kind of out of my element here. This is not necessarily a great way to go. We might die. No, he moved it all into Bakar. Which is also pretty bad. No, he didn't move all of it. Good enough. I think our safest bet then is to have him fly onto Ebis. Research. Right. Well, it's a fine question. Probably construction. Alright, let's go for construction 5. No, I'll give him some goodies first, just in case. Rain Ridge was found. He attacked us in the water, probably with the whole big army. Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, I moved. So he just took it. Okay. That's mostly fine. I don't want to give up the water, but it annoys me that he has a fort there now. You can always operate out of that. But yeah, cutting out as many of his provinces as I can. The problem is, of course, with water is your PD is garbage. We'd really like to get Fata Morgana. But that's going to be tricky. Like, he's only got 4 glamour. He could get up to 5 pretty easily, but I'd have to empower for 6, and that's pricey. We also have to go all the way up to get it, which is enchantment 7 and 75 glamour gems. Oh, you only need 5. Okay, that's great. Now, granted, it's only in friendly dominion, but we want to have friendly dominion as much as possible. The alternative then is, of course, Mechanical Militia, which is 5 Earth at level 6 Construction. But he only has 3 Earth. So, yeah, and Earth Gems are not really that plentiful right now. So Fata Morgana is probably better. So I guess after Construction, we go for Enchantment. Hard to say. That was a long battle. That can be good or bad. Probably bad. Yeah, we hit Twilight and he died. That's pretty shitty. The water is really not where the fire dragon wants to be. I think that's pretty evident. And I knew that. I just was optimistic. And unfortunately, we don't have many priests. We got these guys that are level 1. We can make monks, which are level 1, for dirt cheap. We can make she-lords for level 2 priests, which is the pricier option. But if all I care about is just that, then let's just do that. Now we want to get more of these guys out. Moving. Not great. It's pretty painful, man. I mean, that was a big doom stack. He lost a lot more than I did, but his are pretty shit. Also, the Wailing Ladies. I hate them. Priests will be useful, though. Which is why these commanders are pretty good. I guess I could just make the she-champions. They'll hold up, you know, under duress a little better. They're glamored. They have other magic. Alright, just make those. Not great situation, though. We're gonna have to have the dragon just rampage around his lands after this and hope for the best. And Body of Flames plus Breathing Fire is it's a big swing compared to being in the water, since we can't rely on fear. Found an Academy of High Magics. 2 fire gems per turn, and we can get Wizards of Fire and Flame. Honestly, 45 gold a turn to get an extra 11 research. Not bad. That's not great. Yeah, we're gonna lose that. The AI sometimes thinks of stuff. Fuck, he's really spiraling out of control, man. Should never have thrown the dragon in the water. It's pretty bad. Fire drakes aren't magic. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna bounce off of here for the moment. He'll attack, but I just need to hold. Of course, he attacked where I only had PD. No surprise there. Great. Oh god. I mean, Fata Morgana would be pretty good. Firestorm would be pretty good. Yes. We really should be summoning shit though. Let's start getting Kushis at the very least. And then let's get a Thistle Mace so that we can start getting Dire Boars, which will help quite a bit. Alright, God's Bag. Took a Nasia, of course. Yeah, that's what I was sort of worried. Yeah, I mean, Fire Drakes are a nice thought, but they are just going to decimate my own troops more than anything. Good. Assassination attempt. You dead. Alright, so we got this nasty force. So we're going to move these guys here. These guys are going to move here. These guys are going to move here. Except I can't really afford to do that. So no, you're not moving. It's a shit option no matter what. Okay, well, we got more commanders, so someone can... Not much. Okay. You guys will move here. You guys will hold. We're hoping that obviously just someone runs into the our army just moves on to one of our spots and dies. We'll see how that goes. Alright, well, he moved on to Betaine, which was sort of our weakest option. We brought the priests, so that's good. We lost 2 Kushis, 2 Dinshis. The Kushis got 28 kills, though. On these little long deads and stuff with flaming weapons, yeah, they'll shred. They just won't hold up well against, you know, attacks. But still, that was a good battle. Very nice. This is going to be much bigger. Yeah, flaming weapons is very nice against Ermor. Does not hold up well against that. He's probably going to besiege this. Yeah. No real surprise there. We're at 349. That's fine. Right, I lost my water access, so no more moss body. That's a pretty big bummer, I'll admit. Not super ecstatic about that one. We could get displaced body. I think if I get alteration 6, I could get invisibility. Yeah, Shroud of Splendor is just pointless, but Shroud of Bewilderment, I think, will work. We could also do Boar Skin for +5 natural. Either one's good. Let's go Shroud of Bewilderment. Reach that shit already. Jeez. Alright. That's fine, because we're ready to rock. Let's get all our ducks in a row here. We have a lot of slingers. In case you don't know. Yeah, move there. And let's get some priests here. Rebuild these temples that he took from us. That bastard. Wait, we lost this? Oh my god in heaven, we did. We don't have enough of a front line. I needed to move the dragon on that. That's pretty bad. Yeah, we lost basically everything. He had 1,600. He lost half of it. And then he captured the fortress, only losing 14 more. That's pretty bad. Okay, that's pretty bad. You're gonna go and take that now. Probably. Oh yeah, I was gonna do stuff with dire boars. Whoops. HP routed my dragon, unfortunately. Trying, man. Okay. Yeah, I should have been making units out of Nace this whole time, but we weren't. Battle in Dubros. I imagine... Oh, no, we get to fight the whole army. Let's see how it goes. And that's Body of Flames, ladies and gentlemen. A pretty fucking good buff for monsters. Jesus. Because the heat aura applies, we got fire shield, and we get body ethereal, so, you know, he's got no magic attacks, really. Very nice. And, of course, Shrouded Bewilderment. Say goodbye to 728 of your troops, asshole. Easy peasy stuff. We defended Dubros against his 100 monkeys. Killed a heretic. And we are slowly destroying the fort with just their dragon. I'm going to leave it like that for now because we want... We want him to run his whole shebang up against the shebang. We don't want him involved. Dire boars, get back there somewhere. Kushis, of course. They're gonna be doing some Kushian. Just want to make sure they get all blessed up. Okay, good, good. Let's wipe them out. Now, there is a potential issue, of course, and that's the Wailing Ladies. Because they could instantly pop me. I only have 21 MR here. Alright, that was most of what he's got, so I'm going to move them there, and we're going to move here. You're going to build a temple there. This is good, this is good, this is good. We can fight back. We can win. Does he not build temples? No. So, he's not long for this world at this rate. That's annoying. We lost 12 of the Kushis, 2 Dinshis. The 7 Direboars got 44 kills, though. Very nice. Walls are now critically damaged. That's fine, I suppose. But I still want you to move off. Also, we're up to 7 water gems a turn, by the way. I don't know. Notice that one. I don't know what to do with that. I could get water weirds. Elemental guardians formed of water, often assigned to protect important individuals. I don't know. Let me see some water weirds. Yep, doing pretty well. Nace has been breached. Water weirds. 15 hit points, 8 protection, 13 defense, 14 MR, 50 morale. They got regen 10%, underwater regen 10%, amphibious, slash blunt pierce resist, fire 5, poison 15, recuperation, spirit sight, reformed 50. They have a 50% chance if they die to just respawn on the battlefield somewhere. And an 11 attack, 22 armor piercing crush. Damn. Okay, well, if we wanted to go in the water, that's a pretty good way to do it. Let's have 2 people summon that every turn. Alright. He does have some temples. I guess we'll go in. No, wait a minute. Maintain it. Let's make Tarlac a prophet. Practice in Utenshire, where I did not have any PD, because I'm an idiot. It's fine. Yeah, I think you're dead. When did we run out of nature gems? Oh. Oh, right. Mother Oak fell off after I died. Right. Yeah. Okay. So you're just going to cast Divine Blessing now. And you guys can just cast spells. What would you cast if I was to script it? +4 strength on all my Kushis would be pretty good. Oh yeah, Song of Great Fortune. That's right. Cast that a few times. Done. And it's not happening, man. That's not happening. Massacre. We did lose 5 more Kushis, 2 Sacreds, 1 Man-at-Arms, 16 Slingers, but again, no Dire Boars died, and they got 18 of the kills. Nasty little dudes. pretty much in the bag, I think. I mean, I have another 313 units back home that I could use. But I think he'll get Dom killed before too long. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Easy. 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 Blah, 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 blah. Just PD everything up. Smack him where it hurts. I think he's about to lose. Done. Yep. Dragon went hard, man, with Body of Flames on. Alright, easy. A lot different than that versus Abyssia. I don't know why. I mean, obviously, he can build temples. I don't know why he didn't build temples. He seemed more concerned about building forts in the water for some reason. Didn't build any temples in the water. You know, the AI is not very smart. Temples are extremely important for him, obviously. And he neglected that. But, yeah, I mean, the dragon was pretty useful. I shouldn't have sent him in the water. I was concerned, but had I known about the water weirds... Although the fact that we ended up getting 7 water gems a turn was pretty startling. Yeah, that was pretty nice. So, Eriu. Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's not the strongest nation or anything. But it has some pretty good sacred infantry with glamour. Like, it's a solid foundation to work off of. And then it has some very nice summoned sacreds. Kushis, like, you could pick a bless specifically for these guys. Because they have 26 hit point base on a 28 speed, like, hound. And they're disciplined, which is nice. They only have 7 protection. But I think if they were glamored, it would be a bit too powerful. So, yeah, it's a bit of a balance thing. So, like, honestly, you're better off since they're so plentiful and they have 26 hit points and 28 speed. You're better off just kind of focusing on them offensively. Like, flight would actually go really hard on these things. Like, just having, like, 100 Kushis just instantly fly to the rear and start shredding with bites. Like, that's pretty good. But they don't really need it with 28 speed, but they can get clogged up by a big enough army, and flight would just bypass that. But yeah, I mean, a lot of good... There's plenty of good things. Like, flaming weapons was obviously strong, but you could just buff their attack. You could give them ethereal. You could give them blood vengeance, since they're likely to get hit pretty hard anyways. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff. Because blood vengeance would be really nice against, like, archers and stuff. Blood vengeance regen. Yeah, they're good. We didn't even do unicorns, but they're also similarly good. They're similar to the Kushis in a lot of ways. They have even worse protection at 4, 25 hit points, 30 speed. They just get 2 attacks, the alicorn and the hoof. They have recuperation, but I imagine a lot of them are just going to die unless you have, like, a really good, like ethereal or something. And then Fianna's, like, another really solid sacred I mean, 22 hit point base, 16 protection, 16 defense with a parry 4 shield, and they have broadswords and javelins. Like, any bless you're picking for your Din Shis Doinshi, well, however you want to pronounce it, is obviously going to be really good on your Fianas. We didn't go for them because that's under here. So it's a remote summon. And it's requires 3 glamour, 2 air, which is pretty tricky to get outside of a pretender. It's possible with your big Tua. But you still probably need an air booster because they're really only going to get like 1 air 20% of the time. And then it's 10 for 15 glamour gems. And that's fine. I mean, they're good infantry sacreds, but it's like I'd rather take that 15 glamour gems and get 30 Kushis out of it, you know? So, yeah, I think the Kushis are really a strong aspect of this nation. But the troops you have aren't bad. Like I said, your sacreds are good. The Milesian man-at-arms are fine, sort of heavy infantry. The cattle raiders could be really, really devastating. Especially if you can manage to get some buffs on them. Like, if you can get our Oaken Army or something on these guys, they have 15 hit points. They have Berserk. They're going to swing really damn hard. It's a good option. And then you have the Slingers. We didn't end up doing the poison thing. If you do have a Pretender or something, or can get a large amount of Flaming Arrows, that would be really strong. But, yeah, fire is not super prevalent. But still, yeah, I think it's a solid nation. It was a good game. All good. My name is Mangg. This has been Dominions 6, and I'll see you fine folks next time.